12 degrees at the U.S. Air Force Academy, 16 on Fort Carson. Get news, traffic, and weather anytime, KRDORadio.com. The time, 7:37.
Joining us this morning from the Colorado Springs Utilities, Jerry Forte is here. Jerry, you have a picture of our old KRDO sign.
You know, I had to take that this morning, Renee, because I remember this has got to be 30, 40 years ago.
Right.
At least.
Before I was born, of course.
You're right.
I remember this sign, and
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that you've preserved it. And it just seeing it this morning brought back a lot of memories from many, many years in this great city.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking that picture. You're going to have to share it.
Yeah.
You put it on your social account.
There we go. Yeah.
I like it. There we go. Well, let's hop right in. And I do want to start with and we kind of talked about this before on the air. An AARP advisory was sent out, and it was talking about utilities joining a regional transmission organization, and one of those that said was Colorado Springs Utilities. And it had some concerns about that. First, what is a regional transmission organization?
That's a great question, and these are very prominent throughout the nation, not in our area specifically, but if you go a little bit to the east and all the way the East Coast and to the West Coast and as well down in Texas, you'll see that there are regional organizations that help facilitate the flow of electrons between lots of different generators, lots of different distribution systems. So it's really the industry's attempt to be more efficient, I'll say, in terms of making sure everybody's lights stay on.
And so Colorado Springs Utilities, are they considering joining an RTO?
Renee, we've been working for over 2 years, doing a lot of diligence, meeting with 8 other partners, and have been doing a very, very deep dive into what it means for us. What are the advantages? What are the potential watch-outs or risks? What does it mean specifically for our customers? Because that's really where it all starts and ends.
Right. And I know one of the things that they were mentioning in that advisory was that it would lose control locally of utilities. Is that true?
You know, that's kind of a mixed message, and unfortunately, it's not completely accurate. There are some senses in which the control over the dispatch of the units that you own is given over to an organization so they can most efficiently dispatch those. But in terms of our rate setting, in terms of the flow of electrons, in terms of the possibility of bringing more renewable energy into our system from areas that are remote, it looks like it would be a very, very efficient way to do that.
So it's still in the discussion stages and
Oh, yes.
a possibility. When would a decision be made by?
You know, probably by summer. In March at our board meeting, we're going to just tease it a little bit and talk about it as we talk about Drake. We're going to provide an update next month on the closure of Drake. We're going to provide an update next month on all things energy and new energy visions and a lot of exciting things. But really in April, we're going to do a deeper dive with our board. And ultimately, it would be our board that would make that decision.
And, you know, I think local control, as we've been having you come to KRDO for years now, our rates compared to a lot of places in the U.S. are very favorable.
Yeah.
And I think being owned by the taxpayers, by the citizens of Colorado Springs, helps keep those rates low.
Absolutely. And an RTO would never cede that authority or responsibility away from local control. We value and cherish local control. This is one small aspect of generation and looking at whether or not it could be more efficient. If it's not more efficient, if it doesn't result in better rates for customers, more opportunity for renewables, then we certainly don't want to be any part of that.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so it sounds like a decision coming sometime soon.
I think by summer or fall, early fall.
And you also mentioned it sounds like some decisions have been made on Drake.
Well, not yet. I mean, the
still
decision
discussing,
in
yeah.
December that was made was to accelerate the transmission, which we are in the process of doing, to accelerate some other things so as to prepare for the possibility of an earlier closure. And the Utilities Board, in probably 2020, as part of a much larger integrated resource planning process, would be able to make a really good decision for the future of our community.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about money, something that's
Yes.
near and dear to most of us.
Yes.
And proposed rate decrease. It's always better to be talking about a decrease than an increase, right?
Oh, Mike, it is. And this is the second bite you've given me out of this apple. So I'm going to very, very shamelessly take it.
All right.
We talked about it a little bit last month, and
Yeah.
it was not yet in effect, but really February 1st, the rate decrease for the GCA gas cost adjustment went into effect. That represents about $5 a month on the typical bill. This month, as we go through the monthly billing cycle, everyone doesn't get their bill on the same day. It's all through the month.
Right.
Different areas get their bill. People will be seeing a reduction, which I'm so grateful we can do.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, should we take a quick break?
Yeah, it's 7:42. Coach Mike Havlin's going to join us here in just a couple of moments for a quick update on Colorado College hockey. Then we got more with Jerry Forte as we continue. This is KRDO's Morning News.
And we're talking with the CEO of Colorado Springs Utilities, Jerry Forte. And Jerry, we know we're all concerned. It's been a really dry winter. Drought conditions are getting worse across the state. How are we looking water-wise?
You know, we're still below normal up in the high country, but we've seen some improvement in the last few weeks. Obviously, we're seeing snow here.
Right.
Same kind of thing up in the high country. So in the Colorado Basin, the Arkansas Basin, which is where we draw our water, we're in the almost 80% of normal. But remember, it's not till March and April that we get 50 to 60% of our snowpack.
Right.
So still a lot to be seen. We've done some projections based on what it looks like it could be, and we don't see the need for any kind of restrictions this summer. And a lot of that's because we have such a good amount of water and storage.
Yeah, so that's great. So still see what the next couple months bring, and then, but you don't think we'll need restrictions?
Right now, it doesn't look like it. The Utilities Board would obviously decide that at the right time, but the way it looks right now to us, I don't think that's in the cards.
Okay.
All right, Jerry, and also you've got a new water services officer coming.
We do. We're really excited that Earl Wilkinson, who was the Public Works Director for City of Pueblo, is going to be joining us, and his first day on the job will be Monday, next Monday.
That's awesome. Congratulations to him. That's very exciting. And really quick, I want to talk about this the smart thermostat rebate.
Yes, that's a very, very good opportunity. We give a rebate of $50 for a smart thermostat. These are things that really should be in every home. You know, and it gives you the ability, even from the internet through your device, to be able to control.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, I absolutely love. I have that in my home, and I absolutely sometimes, I forgot to turn down the heat or something, and I can just log in and get it done. So it's really exciting. It saves money, and we're offering a rebate right now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so they can go to the website to get more information on that?
Correct.
All right, so if you want to change your thermostat to make it smart, get that taken care of, go to csu.org. Jerry, good to talk to you. KRDO News Time, approaching 7:52.
Thanks.